You do not always get amazing weeks of sales, even when you are full-time poshing, and that's okay. It is all gravy, but in this video, I'm going to share with you my 14 sales that sold in the past week on Poshmark. Stay tuned.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body treatments for your neck. All they really
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I am a part-time, but for the summer, full-time reseller. And that's because when it's not the summer, I am a high school choir director and that keeps me super busy, so I'm not able to devote as much time into my Poshmark business as I have been doing. And I usually take care of a lot of this like housekeeping or here's what you can look forward to stuff at the end of my videos, but I'm just like too excited. So I just want to share with you a little bit about what's been going on and what you have to look forward to in my coming videos. So first of all, I am pretty excited because at the end of this month, or really like in a couple weeks here, I'm going to be hosting my very first Posh and Sip. And if you don't know what a Posh and Sip event is, they're basically just events that are hosted by different Poshmark sellers all around the country, and we just get poshers together, whether they are people that have been poshing already for a while or people who are interested in the idea of starting their own Poshmark closets, and you just get together and hang out, answer some questions, have some roundtable discussions. I'm really kind of making this up as I go because I've never been to one and I've never hosted one, but that's kind of how I'm anticipating the one that I'm going to host is going to look like. So if you are in the central Illinois area, that's like Champaign or Decatur even, or I don't know, who else is around here? Mattoon, I don't know. I mean, it's a smaller area. It's a little bit more rural. But if you're in my area and you are interested in attending, it's going to be on July 20th. And you can just leave a comment in the section down below and I'll give you all the information you need to know. I also have a listing about it in my Poshmark closet right now. And I will be creating a Facebook event for it as well. So I hope that if you're in the area and you're free on July 20th, that you consider coming because it would be wonderful to meet a lot of you in person. I also wanted to briefly share that I am so excited because I got my first ThredUp rescue box and I just recorded the haul last night and it was good. Like I've seen some rescue hauls and I'm like, oh gosh, like are you gonna make your money back? But like my box was good, so I'm so excited about it. I'll probably be posting that on Wednesday. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please make sure that you do if you enjoy seeing ThredUp rescue boxes. And also if you want to make sure that you know exactly when I post the video, you'll want to hit that bell button because that alerts you every time I post something on YouTube. Just to give you a little bit of background on what sold videos are, they're basically my way of letting you know what exactly is selling in my Poshmark closet. Or if I have any sales on Mercari or eBay, I can let you know what exactly has been selling over there as well. I have started getting really disciplined again about cross-listing to Mercari. And someone in one of my last videos asked, what does cross-listing mean? Cross-listing or cross-posting means that you're taking a listing from Poshmark and you are putting that same listing over onto Mercari or over onto eBay or any other platform that you may also be reselling on. And the purpose of this is to get that same listing, that same item in front of a lot of other people. Yes, there are some people who are both shopping on eBay and Poshmark, but usually you're going to reach a new audience of people and fresh eyes when you cross-list over to other platforms like that. And the benefit of cross-listing too is that there are some items that people are just not looking for as much in Poshmark, but there are a lot more people looking for that item on eBay or on Mercari. So if you were to cross-list, you just are able to maximize the number of eyes who are looking at your items. So I recently just joined a British Poshers listing challenge, is that what you want to call it? Listing accountability group. And if you're not following Jen over at A British Posher on Instagram, you need to, because she is always posting just really helpful tips, and all of the information that she gives you as a reseller is only going to help your business grow. So if you're not following her, make sure you are. I will link her down in the description section down below as well. But basically she just started kind of like this accountability group where everyone shares what they're going to commit to do to help grow their reselling business. And I committed to listing at least 5 items on Poshmark a day and cross-listing those 5 items over to Mercari and eBay. I know, eBay is like my worst enemy, but we're gonna make a go of it. We're gonna like give it the old college try and see if I can't grow my reselling business by posting over there as well. So hopefully in next week's What Sold video, you're gonna see a lot more sales because you're gonna see eBay and Mercari sales in addition to my typical Poshmark sales. So I'm excited about that. My parents are also coming in from Seattle tomorrow and they're gonna be here for like 2 weeks. They're here because my niece was born last week and I'm really excited to have them here with us. They're gonna be living with us for a week, so Hopefully I'll be able to still get a lot done in terms of Poshmark stuff. I know I'll be devoting a lot more of my time hanging out with them too. That's okay though. It's gonna be fun. So, okay, I've talked your ear off about anything but what I sold on Poshmark. So for real, let's get into it. So starting with Monday, June 24th, the first thing that I sold, I was actually really excited about, and I only had it listed for like one day. And it was this Moncler t-shirt, and it had the embroidered like outline of the Moncler logo. I picked this up very recently, maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago. I went with my friend. Hold up. Let me think. I got this not that long ago, and I actually think that I hauled it in my last Goodwill thrift haul, and I will link that right here. And oh shoot, let me scoot over. Hold on. Let me scoot over so that I can put all of my what solds right here. And I believe that I picked this up when I went to Goodwill with my friend Chiwon. It was a pretty unassuming shirt at first glance, just this nice blue with this interesting outline. I have been trying to hang out more in like the t-shirt section at Goodwill because I've been watching a lot of Round 2. Do you know Round 2? It's like they have a YouTube channel and they've got a bunch of stores open now across the country. And oh my gosh, they just make me want to be a skater, and they make me want to like only sell vintage stuff. Anyway, I've been really inspired by watching these Round 2 videos to just really spend a lot more time in the t-shirt section and see what I can find. And I came across this goodie when I went to Goodwill with my friend Chiwon. So I recognize the name Moncler because they sell ridiculously expensive winter jackets. Like they're all like goose down and they're like thousands of dollars. So I was like, oh, a t-shirt, like we'll see, you know, what comes of that. I brought it home and I looked up comps and I was like, holy cow, like these are actually selling for a good amount of money. And there were no shirts on eBay or Poshmark that looked just like mine. So I knew that mine was pretty unique. So I listed it, I want to say for like $64. And right away, I had a few people like the item. I had some offers sent to me. Now, the person who ended up buying this shirt ended up buying it for $56. He started off with a lower offer, and we just kept going back and forth a little bit, and he kind of like tugged at my heartstrings a little bit by saying that it was going to be a gift for a friend and whatever. So I decided to finally say, yes, $56 is enough for me, especially because I think I had listed it literally like the day before. So I didn't have it listed for a very long time. It sold within 24 hours for $56. So I made $44.80 on that shirt. If you see anything Moncler, pick it up because, you know, it's not a brand that a lot of people talk about a lot. And I think that that's because they're not finding it very often. It's pretty rare to find it in the thrift store, I think. If you see it, pick it up, even if it's just a t-shirt. Next, on Monday the 24th, I sold these swim bottoms by O'Neill, and they were high-waisted, and they had kind of that like high thigh look to them, and they were a size large. I think I hauled it in that same Goodwill thrift video, so I already linked it. I'll link it down below too. And I picked these up because O'Neill is one of those brands that is in the Poshmark outdoor party, and so I thought maybe I would just try it out and see if it brought more traffic to my store. I thought that they were a really cute print as well. I only sold them for $10. Someone sent me an offer of $10. We're already in July, so I feel like swimwear, it's not one of those things that's going to be selling as much anymore just because people have already picked up their swimsuits for the summer, you know? And I still have swimsuits from last summer, so I didn't want to hold on to this moving into the fall, and so I just decided to let it go for $10. Plus, it was only the swim bottoms. If I had the whole like top and bottom set, obviously I would have been able to get more for it, but $10, I was fine with that. I didn't have them listed for that long, maybe like a couple weeks, so I made $7.05 on that sale. That's all I sold on Monday, and Tuesday I had one of those $0 days. Wah, 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 wah. That's okay. I am okay with $0 days because they happen. They happen to everyone. At least it wasn't like a negative day where it's like I didn't make any sales and I had a case opened against me or something like that. That would be sad. So Wednesday, June 26th, I did have a few sales. The first thing that sold was this bundle. The first item in the bundle was this Harley Davidson tank. It was pretty plain in the front. It was like just black and it said Harley Davidson in cursive. But on the back, it had like this mesh sheer back with like a tattoo print, and there was like a dragon and Harley Davidson spelled out and all this stuff. Like it was pretty interesting. I hauled this, I don't remember when I got it. Like now the bigger thrift hauls that I have filmed, they're all kind of just like running together in my head. I want to say it was in that same Goodwill thrift haul that I went to with my husband and with my friend Chiwon, but I can't remember. Regardless, we're gonna move on. So the next item in this bundle that sold was the Cynthia Rowley dress, and it zipped from like bottom to top in the front, and it also had these like little gold hardware circles that were just like stuck on all over the place. Both of these items were as small. I think that I got that at this, I don't know where I got it. I don't remember where I got it. I got it pretty recently though. So I haven't had this listed for very long. I definitely listed it sometime this summer. I saw that they liked both of these items, and I think that what happened was I created a bundle for them and I sent them an offer of $29 on the bundle. So I made $23.20 once she accepted. So that was exciting. Next up on Wednesday, I sold, ooh, this was a good sale. It was a full price sale, and it was these Nike Rival SD track and field shoes in a size 6. They were black and they had these like really bright highlighter color accents on them. They are a track and field shoe, and they sold outright for $45. I bought these at Plato's Closet during one of their like 90% off clearance sales. They were less than $2. I think they were right around like $1.80 or something like that, I want to say. And I have no idea what these shoes are. Like, they're track and field, that's all I know. They're not really cleats. I had a lot of people ask me questions about these shoes throughout the past few months. I had people ask me, are they indoor track shoes or outdoor track shoes? And I just had to respond with, I don't know. They would ask me, are these men's shoes or women's shoes? And I think initially I had them listed as men's track shoes. And then someone kindly corrected me and was like, these are women's. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you for that information. I mean, I just had a lot of questions about these shoes that I really just could not answer because I didn't know very much about them. All I really had was the information that I could find online, and there really wasn't very much. I did type in like the Nike style number and all that stuff, and it wasn't giving me very much information. Like, I wasn't able to find the exact shoe. So I'm just thankful that someone seems to know exactly what they are, so they just bought them full price. They must have found it to be a fair price that I had them listed for, and I was really happy that these found a new home because they are so cool. Like, even if you're not wearing them for track and field and you're just wearing them like outside to go about your business, I think that they're perfectly acceptable to use in that way too. So I'm just glad that they're out of my house and in someone else's, and hopefully they are being put to great use. So that was a really great sale. And after Poshmark fees and whatnot, I made $36 on those shoes. And the final thing that sold on Wednesday, I actually hauled in my live thrift haul, and that was my first time going live on YouTube. I also had like a little giveaway, and so that I will link right here. By the way, going live with you guys was so fun. Like, it is really fun going live. I know like some people don't really like to watch the replays of the lives as much, but it was really fun to like be a part of it. Anyway, in that live, I hauled this Soul Angeles shirt, and it had lyrics to a Notorious B.I.G. song. It had the lyrics, "We sip champagne when we thirsty." I didn't know that those were Notorious B.I.G. lyrics, and so a lot of people in the live thrift haul were like, oh, those are lyrics to Notorious B.I.G. song. So that was pretty cool. And I also initially thought when I picked it up at Goodwill, I thought that it was a women's shirt, but it's actually a men's shirt. And I thought it was a women's shirt because Soul Angeles is sometimes sold at Anthropologie. Now, this particular shirt I don't think was, because Anthropologie does not carry men's items. And when I looked up the shirt online, I found some stock photos of it with a man wearing it. So that was fun because I do like finding men's items. I find that they sell pretty well for me. And this shirt was a size large. It had a nice V-neck to it. It did get a good number of likes right away. So probably within like the first few days of me listing it, I sent out offers to likers on it for $21. I had it initially listed for $24. So after discounted shipping and Poshmark's fee, I made $15 on that shirt. And that was within, like I said, like a few days. So that was really fun. On Thursday, June 27th, I only sold one thing, and it was this Vineyard Vines short sleeve shirt with like a really cool pocket. On the pocket, there were like fish and I don't know, just like underwater animals. That was the print. It was a men's shirt, and it only sold for $10, which is fine. Someone sent me an offer of $10, and I was like, that's fine. I've had it for a while. I believe I got it in, I don't know. I believe I got it when I went thrifting with my mother-in-law in the Chicagoland area. So I made $7.05 after Poshmark took their cut. So that was my big sale of Thursday, $7.05 for that Vineyard Vines shirt. Does Vineyard Vines move well for you? I mean, I have a couple pieces, it's not doing amazingly. I don't find it very often, and I used to get really excited when I did, but now I'm just like, I mean, I get it and it sits in my closet, so I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. How does Vineyard Vines do for you? Anyway, moving on to Friday, June 28th, I had another full price sale. Was it full price? I think it was. No, it was not. I'm a liar. I started off with this sale on these boots by Tony Lama. They were these cowboy boots, and they were in a size 10B. They were leather. They had like an interesting just imprint on the leather around it. I don't know anything about cowboy boots. I actually picked these up when I went out of town with some students for a music conference in Peoria, Illinois, and I paid up for them. I paid $9.99 because when I was at the store, they had a lot of really great shoes, and I pulled comps for this brand and for boots that look like these, and I was like, oh, these actually do pretty well. So I took the risk. I paid $9.99, and I'm glad that I did because I sold them for $44. That was the offer that was sent to me. I think I had them initially listed at like $56, and they had a ton of likes, like probably over 40 likes, but just no one was actually, sending any offers. I was sending out offers to likers every night that I got offers on them, but there were just no bites. So when I got an offer of $44, I was really happy to accept that, and so I made $35.20 on those. I actually initially had them listed as men's boots because I didn't know. I don't know anything about cowboy boots, but my husband wears like a 9.5 in men's. So one day I just randomly had him try them on because I was like, I'm scared that these are not men's boots. And so he tried them on and he's like, no, these are not a men's 10 because I cannot get my foot in them comfortably. So they ended up being a women's, and they have found a new home. So I'm very, very excited for them to get to their new destination. This is another item that I hauled in my live thrift haul, and it was this Hamilton shirt. I love Hamilton. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this happened still. But my theater director at my school that I work at, every summer he goes to this conference. Actually, he hasn't gone in the past couple summers because he started grad school, but he used to go to this conference every summer in New York for theater teachers, like high school or middle school or even elementary school theater teachers. And it's a great conference where they bring in all of these speakers, and they will also take you to like 4 to 5 musicals that are playing in New York that summer. And sometimes you get to meet the cast, or you get to meet the director. Sometimes you get to do a tour of the theater. It's just like the neatest thing ever. It's through, I can't remember what it's through. I'll link that conference in the description down below because it is so cool. So one summer I had the privilege of going with my theater director. It was a few summers ago. And that was the year that Hamilton first became a show. It was the year that Hamilton blew up. Tickets were $1,000, even more than $1,000 really. This was the year that Hamilton was insane. So when we bought our tickets for this conference, they still hadn't announced what the last musical was going to be. And then he texted me, my friend texted me, and he was like, the last show is Hamilton. And I was like, are you kidding me? And it was the third to last show that Lin-Manuel Miranda played Hamilton. And the rest of the cast was the original cast. We were in the last row of the theater. I could bang my head against the back of the theater. We were so far back. But I mean, in the opening number, I was bawling because I love Hamilton. I had loved Hamilton for so long, even before I'd been able to go see the show. I had the soundtrack memorized. I was just so thankful to be able to go and see the show live with Lin-Manuel Miranda. I was just so thankful. And not only that, but Lin-Manuel Miranda came and spoke to a bunch of us who were at that conference. If I can find the footage, actually, I'll sneak a little snippet of what he was sharing with us at the end of this video. It was just mind-blowing. I was so excited. So I was really excited actually to find this Hamilton shirt at the Goodwill. And these kinds of shirts, people can't just make them. I think that they are copyrighted by the musical itself, and really you can only buy these kinds of shirts when you go and see the musical. It's kind of like a concert tee. People will buy these kinds of items when they go see Broadway musicals, and if they weren't able to find the shirt that they wanted in their size or something, they're going to be looking for it online, whether it's on eBay or Poshmark, or even just people who like the show and haven't been able to go see it themselves. This is their way of being able to kind of hold on to a piece of a show that they love and hold dearly to their hearts. So if you find t-shirts to musical theaters when you're out thrifting, and I'm talking the more popular ones, don't just randomly oh, here's a shirt for for the Wiz. Like, I mean, that's an older show. At that point, it's probably been done by like a high school or something, and that's what you're picking up. But I'm talking about like you are finding shirts to popular shows. I'm talking like Dear Evan Hansen, Hamilton. What are some newer ones that people are really excited about? Mean Girls was just made into a musical. I mean, there's a lot of really fun new shows out. And if you happen to find any of those shirts from those musicals, definitely pick them up. Probably you'll find more of these if you're in the New York area. But even if in your hometown you find these, definitely pick them up. Make sure they're not for like, oh my God, I just spit. Make sure they're not for like a middle school or high school production, because nobody really wants that. But if they're from like the original Broadway production, definitely I think that they are a good pickup. So I picked this shirt up. I had it listed for like $28 and I got a few likes on it right away. So I sent out offers to likers for $25 with discounted shipping, and I made $18.20 on that shirt. Saturday, June 29th, I had a few sales. The first sale was this Talbot's plaid side button pencil skirt in this really nice, like I called it a holiday print. I adjusted my listing after, the holidays passed, but really it's like perfect for Christmas because it's like this green with red, and I don't know, it's a really nice skirt for Christmas time. And it's in a size 14, which I love too because it's a larger size. I've had this for a while, obviously, because I've had it since the holidays. But someone sent me a very awesome offer of $20. I believe I had it listed for $24 or $25, something like that. So I happily accepted, and I made $16 on that skirt. Next up, I sold this Garnet Hill scoop neck 3/4 length sleeve dress. I believe I picked this dress up at the consignment boutique sale, and I will link that here. It was a fill a bag sale. I have picked up a few Garnet Hill dresses throughout the summer, and they're not doing amazingly for me. And maybe it's because they're so like plain. This one also did have some pilling on it, so when someone sent me an offer of $11, I was like, that's fine, I'll just move it, and hopefully this will engender some more sales in my closet that day. So I was fine to move it for $11. I made $8.05 on it, so we were all good. It was fine. The last thing that sold on the 29th, it was these two J. Crew Factory short sleeve gingham shirts. The first one was in this nice blue, and it was a size medium, and the second one was in this red and white gingham. Someone, I believe, put both of these items in a bundle. I could be mixing this up. I think that they put both items in a bundle. See, now I don't know. I think that they may have actually just liked the item and I created the bundle for them. Regardless. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how this went down. But the bundle was sold to this person for $28, so I made $20.60. I really think that maybe they made the bundle and sent the offer actually, because typically with bundles, I will send a discounted shipping rate, and I don't seem to have done that here. So I don't know, maybe there was a shipping discount and I just didn't write it down. I don't know. So $20.60 is what I made off of those shirts. And I was really happy with that because I believe that I was given both of those shirts to me for free from one of my friends who likes to give me a lot of his old clothes. So pure profit, can't complain about that. And the last thing that sold on Sunday, June 30th, was my one and only closet clear out sale. If you haven't watched some of my prior videos, I do talk about how I like to make sales with closet clear out in a way that doesn't take up too much time. And if you're interested in learning about that, I will link that video right here. In this video, I also just talk about just how to run successful sales. And a lot of people have found this video very helpful. So if you haven't watched it yet, I definitely recommend this one. But I sold this pair of Old Navy black and white plaid PJ pants in a size large, I think, medium or large. I had thrown them in my 4 for $25 sale. Again, that's another thing that I talk about in that sale video that I mentioned before. These were given to me for free by a friend. So when someone sent me an offer of $10, I was very happy with that. I think I had them listed for maybe like $12. So I accepted and I made $7.05 of pure profit because I did not go out and source those pants. Nor did I expect them to sell as quickly as they did. I've only had them listed for like maybe a week or two. So this week, it wasn't the greatest week. It wasn't like earth shattering. It didn't rock my world, but it was still great. I'm really thankful, and it's always really fun too to see things that you're listing very recently sell. It just makes you feel good about what it is that you're picking up, and it makes you feel like you're sourcing better. So it was really good for me to see some of those items that I picked up very recently sell pretty quickly. So this week I did $238.20 in sales. That is the number after Poshmark's 20% cut and after any shipping discounts that I may have offered. It does not include my cost of goods. I don't really know off the top of my head what my cost of goods were because I don't keep track of like each individual item. I do keep track of like how much I'm spending at Goodwill when I go thrifting and things like that. I just don't sit here and tell you like I spent $12 on everything that I bought this week. I don't have it broken down like that. I sold 14, I said that really weird. I sold 14 items this week and 2 bundles, and 9 of the 14 items that I sold were women's items and 5 were men's items. That's a lot for me. I don't usually sell 5. I sell typically 1 to 2 men's items a week. I have, however, actively been looking for more men's pieces and listing more men's pieces. So I'm happy to see that number go up because it means, again, I'm doing something right and more men are visiting my closet, which I love because men are awesome shoppers on Poshmark. A lot of times they will just buy stuff at the asking price. They don't typically have a lot of issues when it comes to like opening cases against you or anything like that. So I do enjoy my male customers. That's it. That's it for my video this week. Like I said, hopefully next week's video will consist of more sales because I will be listing a lot more. And like I said, hopefully next week's videos will also include a lot more sales from Mercari and eBay because I'm actively listing on those platforms every single day. And what you have to look forward to, like I said, this week is my ThredUp rescue box. I had to burp. My ThredUp rescue box, because I did get a box of 25 shoes and some of them are fire, so you got to look out for that. And then also I will be listing another video about ThredUp, just about a box that I actually sent into them and what my experience has been like with them in terms of them consigning my pieces. So if you've been interested in ThredUp or you've been involved in ThredUp and you just want to see how your experience compares to somebody else's, I definitely recommend checking those videos out that will be coming out later this week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. As always, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Honest! Life hasn't beaten up yet. The capacity to be surprised and no one shall live under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid, so saith the Lord. And what a thing to be able to, moving French people being like, oh, Americans are geniuses like me, I'm wearing a coonskin cap, hey, French lady, let's do it in the bathtub. And I think that, your kids are going to look to you to make sense of all this. And we're all trying to make sense of it. What if I fall asleep watching TV? Only Hamilton and Mariah are there, so Hamilton is going to narrate it until he lets the world know what he did. And so allowing, sort of giving ourselves permission. Hamilton has a jumping off point for if we start from the premise that these founders were human, and what we're trying to uncover is as much humanity as we can in 2 hours and 45 minutes. It sounded like that Les Mis, because Les Mis was like my thing. And Dr. Herbert said to me, it sounds really complicated when you talk about it that way. But it was sort of, setting the rules for how we were going to tell the story. Rap battles are the lingua franca of these kids. I mean, there's YouTube channels devoted to rap battles. Booker Balderrama taught him your mama jokes on MTV.